What's up guys, it's been a while that I haven't uploaded a single video. In this video I'm gonna tell you how to make games. So I'm gonna do basically a speed run. I guess I don't know if I'm fast enough to make a game, but let's just try. I'm gonna first of all import the Pygame as it is usual. It is the only library given by the Python to make games. Then after that I'm gonna use this basically if thing, which you already know that if the name of the file is being, we are running this file directly. If we are running this file directly, just call this function, otherwise just do nothing. So that's pretty much it. What does it mean? It's a systematic way of writing Python code. Then after that we just gonna call this main function as it is because it is not defined yet. I'm gonna pass right now, but the thing is, in our Pygames basically the app is running, so we're gonna do a config file. I'm not actually going to create a config file right now. I'm gonna just going to write a variable called running, which basically say true. So the thing is, why I'm using it, true. So basically in a game there are frames and frames run in loops, so that's why we are putting a running loop inside of it. So running is true, that's why it is running a loop, which is an update function. We haven't defined the update function yet, but we're gonna do it right now. So if game is not running, basically I'm gonna tell the Python to quit the game, so just so that it doesn't crash. Then after that I'm going to define update function. So update function is kind of pretty simple function. It does nothing, it just render the game. So right now I just want to render screen. So but first of all the screen is not even defined. So I'm first of all going to define display. Display is obviously going to be the Pygame, then we're gonna get the display from it. Then after that I'm gonna set the screen size of the game, and it's gonna be 500, 300. Then after that I'm gonna do a screen. A screen is basically nothing, but we're gonna set the display dot set mode, and in this display set mode we can set the screen size. Yeah, once we are done with this, I guess we forgot one more thing, which is we haven't initialized the game, so it doesn't know what the hell we are even doing. So first of all, we need to initialize the Pygame so that it does know that what we are doing in the game. Then after that, what we can simply do is we're gonna simply fill it up with the color. It is basically RGB, right? I'm gonna put 0,0, which basically means it is a black color. Then after that, what I'm gonna do is basically I'm gonna define display.update. So basically, it's gonna update the screen every time it refreshes. Then after that, I'm just gonna simply run it. Hopefully, it will work and it will show a screen. Yeah, it is showing a screen. That's pretty much it about the stream. Let's move on to the next task. Okay, it is hanging right now. I know the reason why it is hanging. So let's just quit. Let me just kill the terminal so it will be done. Yeah, it is gone. So the thing is, it is for hanging right now because it is waiting for the event listener to listen something. So basically, we're going to define for event in pygame.event.get. So basically, going to give us all the events, and if event.type comes out to be what, if it is a quit type. So if it comes out to be quit, basically we're just changing the value run to false. We're basically informing that we are just going to quit the game. So let me just put the global running because it's going to create its own variable called running in this function, but we want to use the global running variable. That's why we're doing this. So if I try to run this time, if I try to click on the cross, obviously it's going to cancel the screen. Yeah, it's not hanging right now. That's pretty much it. Then after that, okay, now we're done with this. Now let's try to, let's just import the game objects where it is. So basically for this we can create a separate file to make it more consistent. And so obj, just gonna call it obj.py simply. Then after that, what I'm gonna do is, so I'm going to define a class object, game object, which is going to reduce my code. So simply I'm going to do this class object in this. I'm first of all going to define a constructor. In this constructor, the variables which I'm going to use is highly useful because without those variables, it's going to fuck up my game. So first of all, we need a position of the game, then we need a color, then we need a side, then we need the speed of the elements inside, which is basically the game objects inside the game itself. So after that, we just simply going to just, let me just quickly do this filling. Boom, guys, I'm back. I filled all the variables, although it was an easy task, but we need to do it anyways. Then after that, I'm going to use this function. It's kind of helpful to update the value of the coordinates. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to define nothing else except increasing the value of the element x by the speed of the x itself. So basically what I mean is I put this, I got the x coordinate, and I'm going to increment it with the speed of the speed x, because these variables kind of helpful. Right now it doesn't make sense, but after that, after using it in the game, you will get it what I mean by it. So right now I'm just defining these classes, and these classes kind of helpful. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to let you know. So let me just complete this class quickly. Boom, boom, guys, I'm done with the class. Now it's kind of helpful. I'm going to show you how. Have you seen these variables? And these variables will be really helpful if I show you right now. So the thing is, I'm going to define the game objects. So in a ping pong game, we basically have just three things: the ball and the two paddles, which just in which the ball going to bounce over the paddles. That's pretty much it. So first of all, I'm going to define a ball. Ball, let's go basically go. The go is not defined. So what I'm doing is basically I'm going to import what I'm going to import the game object as go. Then after the game object, I'm going to use the class game object class. In this class, I'm going to define the position of the ball. So ball is obviously the center. So what is center right now? I guess you know it, guys. Basically, it is a screen center. So screen size, the first width, and then divided by 2, get the, so that we can get the x coordinate center. Then after that I'm going to do the same thing to get the y coordinate center. Once we got this, the next thing which we target is color. So let it be RGB, let it be a green color ball. So then after that, what we want the size of the ball, let it be 20. Then after that, speed of the ball is, I guess, 0.5 is enough, and after that, speed x is also 0.5 is enough. Then after that, what else can we do? I guess we can define the other two things. The pad one, it's going to be the same, so let me do it quick. Boom, guys, I've created this game object, and it's kind of handy. These objects it's going to be really in handy, and it's going to reduce coding in a good manner. Really good way. What the fuck I'm saying, bro? I don't even know. Just, you got no point. These objects gonna help us in coding. Yeah, that's pretty much what I want to say. So the pad X, pad 2 obviously going to be at the edge of the screen. So it's obviously going to be this size, and it's going to be reduced by the width of it. So basically I'm going to define a global size for the pad. It's obviously going to be pad size, and it's obviously going to be like this 25 comma 100, and it is a perfect shape for the pad to be. Then after that, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tell that reduce it with the size of pad x size, and it's gonna be in the correct location. And whatever we yeah, I mean, it's gonna show the object's correct location. Then after that, here's the comes the part of rendering the objects. How can we render the objects? So basically, in Pi we're gonna render the circles, and what else do we have in the pad? So circles and rectangle. That's pretty much it. So I'm gonna draw a circle. In circle, what do we want? We want the surface, so we're gonna draw it on the screen. Then after that, we got the object pause. So as you can see, it is kind of handy, really handy. Then I'm just simply going to use this variable, and it's going to fill it up, and it's so freaking fast. That's why I told you to use this thing which we call a game object, and it's really useful right now, as you can observe. Then after that, I guess that's pretty much it for the circle. Then after that, I'm gonna draw the rectangle. So then rectangle will be drawn same as this. Let me just quickly move ahead. Yeah, let me do the fast forward. So guys, here comes the thing. So in rectangle, we need to pass four things. The first one is a coordinate, where you want to place, and the other tools are basically the width and the height. So the first one is pad dot pause, pause of this position of the pad, wherever it is. Then pad dot pause two, which is the y coordinate. Then after that, we're gonna put size of the pad, which is basically pad size, and it's obviously zero comma pad size one. That's pretty much it. Let me just copy and paste for the other pad as well. Obviously, it's going to we're just gonna change it to two, and luckily in this way we are successfully able to render all the objects, and you just want to enjoy it while seeing this. Boom, here it is. We got all the objects what we were looking for. Now it's time for the motions. Yeah, boy. So our first motive is going to be move a ball. So we're gonna define. So basically, if we have done with the rendering part, now it's the movement part. So in moment, basically, what we do nothing, man. I mean, just put this ball and then update the speed. I mean, not update the speed, update the coordinates by the speed itself. I've told you the function I've written. I've defined it already. So you know it, guys. What I'm trying to do. So I'm gonna draw it. I mean, I'm gonna show it on the paint so that it will be easy to understand what I'm trying to do. As you can guys see, the ball is going to move. Okay, now it's literally fucked up. I don't know why. Okay, got it. So the thing is, we are using tuple, and tuple in tuple we can't update tuple, so that's why we need to use list so that we can just simply update the positions of the objects. So it was my mistake, but anyways, we're gonna use the list instead of tuples so that we can update. Now let's just try it. Hopefully it's gonna run. It's gonna move the ball. Okay, as you can see, the ball just moved away. So how can we fix this thing? So first of all, you must be wondering how I mean how the hell ball is moving diagonally. So I can show you this. Wait. So the thing is, we are working in coordinates. So in coordinate, we got the y-axis and we got the z-axis. If point is over here, if I try to add plus 1 to it and then plus 1 to it, the new position is obviously going to be this. So if I keep on adding plus 1 in both directions, it's going to move diagonally. And that's the ball move. That's how the ball moves. That's pretty much it. That's the hack behind it. So let's get back to the game and let's complete the game quickly. So as you can guys see, the ball was moving out of the canvas. So how can we just set it to move inside the canvas? So first of all, let me just fix the speed of the ball. It was moving way too fast. Then after that, what I can do, I just can put the conditions, the boundary condition, which could be over here. So what can we do? So basically, our logic is basically if the ball goes out of the boundary. Let's say first of all we're gonna talk about the y-axis because we don't care about the I mean the x-axis right now because it's gonna handled by the pedals. I'm gonna explain you right now. So the thing is, if it is less than zero, or I mean it just get out of the canvas, it's gonna bounce back or it's gonna just go to the opposite direction. So what I mean by this is right now just telling the position the y coordinate. If it is outside of the canvas, that's what I'm saying. The screen is this, and if it is outside, then I just wanna switch the speed. I mean, I'm just gonna reverse it. So that's what I'm doing. We're gonna do a toggling. Basically, what I'm doing is ball. Then I'm gonna update the speed by since it is a y direction, and then I'm gonna do ball dot speed y. Boom. And if I do the same thing, the ball will bounce like a DVD player, which you have seen the animation already made so many times. So just wait for it, and I'm gonna show you in just a while. Three, two, one. I guess I need to update this as well, and in this way, the ball will bounce all over the canvas again, again, back and forth. Boom. Okay. Cool. Okay. Cool. I don't know. I think I did a mess. I don't know what the hell is wrong with my code. Let me just check. Okay, guys, I think I found the bug. So the bug was basically with this wrong statement. Over here, I just incremented by the speed of x instead of y, so that's why it was fucking up. Now, if I try to run it, it's gonna bounce like a DVD media player. Boom. So that's what I mean, that's the thing which I was talking about. So let's just try to move this paddle and let's complete the game quickly. So the thing is, we don't actually need this speed of X because we're gonna control it by the pedals itself. So first of all, how can we just do this? So the thing is, we can simply do this. So if it's gonna, we just first of all, I guess I got it. Just wait. Okay, so the thing is, condition for the check of paddles. So for the if my pad one dot pause of x, which basically is coordinate, if my ball is less than the position of it, the ball position of x. Basically, it is just outside of it. I can draw and I can explain it simply. The thing is, if my pad is over here and if my ball instead of here, it is over here. So it is of the x is obviously less. I mean, it is really less, and the compared to this as compared to the coordinate of the pad itself. So at this point, I want to bounce it back, but it is only for the x path. I mean, the x-axis. What about the y-axis? This portion. So I'm gonna give you the logic of this portion so that it can bounce back at that particular position. So how can we do that? So let's just go back to the code. The thing is, if it exceeds the x, that's good. But I want to increase it by the size of the ball so that it will include the ball size as well. It will make it look like it just bounced. Then after that, the other thing is the ball y coordinate should lie inside the pad y coordinate. That's the place where the pad exists. That's pretty much it. That's what does it mean. Then pose dot one is always going to be this, and it should be less than greater than, and it should be less than the pad one pause one plus the size of the pad, which is basically the width. I mean the height is obviously going to be one. That's pretty much it. And at this position, what I want the change the ball speed of x to move in other direction. That's pretty much it, and that's how we do it. We're gonna do it the same for pad 2. So but for the pad 2, the logic is kind of different, because this time we want the ball to exceed the x-axis, because we are not talking about this portion, we are talking about this portion. And this portion, if the ball moves out, then it's gonna fucked up. So that's why we are just changing the logic, and I guess this one will remain the same. Instead of this, we're just gonna say pad 2, so that it knows that we're inside of the pad area. So if I try to run it, hopefully it's gonna run, and let us see. Okay, so the thing is, we haven't set it the ball to get to the center again, so let me just go do it quickly. Now we're gonna check that if the ball escape the canvas, escape the canvas, we're just simply going to bring it back to the center. So that's pretty much it. If ball position of 0 is less than 0, or ball pause dot 0 is greater than the screen side. Basically, it means that if it is outside the canvas. If it is outside the canvas of x-axis, what we want to do is basically we want to change the position of the ball to get in the center. So center is basically the reset, the previous coordinate, and this is the coordinate which where we want the ball to come back again. Then after that, I'm just gonna simply put it right over here, and in this way, I guess the ball will get in center if it try to escape the canvas. Hopefully, it will work. Yep, now it is working, and as you can guys observe, it's looking so amazing. Let's just move on to the next part. So I'm gonna speed up. I'm just gonna show you the events. What I'm gonna do is event.type if it is equal to pyg key press down. So I'm gonna write the code quickly so that it will be helpful for you guys. Boom, guys, I've written simple logic to move the paddle. So it is basically doing nothing but just simply moving the, what do we say, the pads which we have. So for up and down key, we're gonna change the speed. So this one is negative minus one, basically means we're going to move the pad upwards. Is plus point one, basically means that we are going to move the pad downward, and same goes over here, and it is just upward. So basically this, we are going to accelerate our pad. But in these cases, once the key is up, which means the player has just removed his finger from the keyboard. At this time, we just want to reduce the speed to 0 so that our pad don't move. That's pretty much it. Then after that, we're gonna tell that pad dot one dot update y coordinate, since we are just moving the pad in y direction only itself. Then we're gonna do an update on the y by with the pad 2 update y. That's pretty much it. Now if I try to run the code, hopefully I'm able to control the pads. Yep, now boom, I'm able to control the pads. As you can guys observe, although the speed of the wall is freaking fast, I don't know why. I mean, really don't know. Okay, guys, I think I've fixed the bug. Hopefully that was a bug. So the thing is, as you can guys observe, the ball is just going inside the pad, which is not correct, I guess. So I can fix this thing by just doing this. So basically, it will just bounce even before touching the pad, so that it would give us the good animation. Okay, so the thing, it is kind of laggy game, but yeah, okay, boom, it is working kind of fine. So let me just adjust the speed of the game so that it can be a great way of playing the game. So let me just reduce the speed to 0.01. In this way, we can play the game easily. And I guess we can do more improvement, but I guess the time is up for me and you guys. It was kind of lengthy video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. So boom, as you can guys see, I was finally able to make my own game using Pygame, and it was fun. Although you can improve it, I'm giving you the extra work side quest just for you so that you can just add the score and all the things, all those kind of slow. But that's pretty much it. That's what I was trying to teach you, and hopefully you liked the video. Thanks for watching.